happy to share with you steps to inner happiness, the key steps. And yes, these times are difficult for many of us. Um, I want to share with you actually why I'm talking about happiness, and I am super passionate about helping people create their inner happiness as well. Uh, for some of you who don't know me, I am Polish and I live in the Netherlands. But 4 years ago, I was living in Mexico. And one sunny Sunday, I got a phone call. I was getting divorced. After almost 20 years together, my life turned upside down. I was completely devastated. And I needed to figure out how to be happy again. What I did as well, I found a new purpose in life, from banking to coaching. So, and these are my key steps. And I say, happiness no matter what, because it depends just on each of us, individual. So let me share the screen. Oh. What is happiness? Happiness is state of mind. What it means? It means how we look at the world, how we look at our own experiences. It is also not something we can find. This is not something that we wait and it will come. And happiness is not conditional. We cannot say, I will be happy if, I will be happy when. We can say that, however, this will not be this inner happiness. And I want to tell you that happy people, they also have sad days. They can get angry. And they come across obstacles and challenges. However, happy people go through those obstacles easier. They rebound faster. So, and happiness is choice. Yes, is our choice and our responsibility. I mean, our responsibility, and we are the only responsible, again, for our happiness, nobody else. So the first step is self-love. I would like that you ask yourself those 3 questions. How can I love others if I cannot love myself? How can you give love to others and not yourself? Second question, how can I care for myself if I don't love myself? Because we do care for people who we love. Our children, our partners, parents, our friends. And this is really interesting question. Why should someone else love me if I cannot love myself? So let me share with you here self-love, the meaning. It is not selfish, what I hear. No, how can I love myself? It is selfish. No, it is not. People who love themselves, they truly accept themselves with all the imperfections, because yes, nobody is perfect. And then we can say, I am enough. I don't need to compare myself to other people. When we love ourselves, we respect ourselves. That means that we set boundaries and we show other people how we want to be treated. And yes, we do care for ourselves when we love ourselves. We all have our needs and we meet those needs. And then we And then when we meet our needs, we have this energy as well to help meet needs of other people around us. And we also are kind to ourselves. We treat ourselves well when we love ourselves. And there's another thing here. When we are ourselves, true to ourselves, being authentic, not pretending, when we live true to ourselves, we can spread love naturally. So that's why self-love is so important. So how to fall in love with yourself? Live a healthy life. Take care of yourself. So whether you do meditation, yoga, workouts, anything what is good for your mind, for your emotions, also, of course, physical body, and your spirit. Do things that work for you. And why I'm talking about that? Because I didn't know what was self-love really. I was doing for others, not really for myself. So we need to find time to balance our life between work and personal life. And when I talk here about personal life, is with your loved ones and with your friends. Have the time with your friends and hobbies, and do things that you really enjoy doing. And self-love, and I was talking about the needs. We have the need to learn and to grow. Never stop learning, personal development. This is also, for me, definitely an act of self-love. And I have a question to you. What is your act of self-love? What do you do? If you would like to share with us in the chat box, that would be great. You know what I do very often? I love music. So what I do, sometimes it's a nice music I hear, and then I dance. And I sleep enough. This is what was before. So what do you do for yourself as an act? Meditation, dance, work, walk in the nature. Absolutely. So yoga. So exactly what we do for ourselves, that's act of self-love. So it is not selfish. So self-love is essential. And that's why actually on the plane you hear, put the mask first on your face and then help others. So give love to yourself. And I was talking here about respect and being true to yourself. Learn to be assertive and say no to things they don't serve you with confidence and with kindness. Step 2 is gratitude. It is, you know, when I lived in Mexico, I lived also in Brazil before, and I met people who didn't have that much. And I tell you, they were truly happy because they appreciate what they have. It doesn't have to be a lot, but they appreciate what they have. And I will be talking about that, focus on what the life gives them. So what are benefits of being grateful? Grateful people, they experience more positive emotions like joy, like peace. And you know what? Because they know what they have and they appreciate it, they are more confident to achieve even more. Because yes, we should be grateful for what we have, but also we should always have dreams and goals and follow our dreams. And grateful people, they will find joy in everything what they are doing. So even if this is something, oh, I have to cook, for example. No, you know, when you change just the purpose and you say from obligation, but to pleasure. So instead of saying, I have to cook, but saying, I want to cook because my family, my friends, they love my meals and it is healthy. And grateful people smile more, and smiling is contagious and is very healthy because smiling releases endorphins that help us feel better. And grateful people sleep better, of course. So here are my tips on how to be more grateful. And I learned in my life, there is always something to be grateful for. Small things, short moments, the phone call with our friend. Sometimes we don't notice those small things. And we should be thankful for people we have around. I am so grateful for internations as well. And I must, guys, tell you that 4 years ago, when I came back to the Netherlands and when I was going through the divorce, I found internations. I needed to know more new people, and my best friends are from internations. And what is beautiful, that every time, every day almost, whenever I am here on events, I meet new people. And another tip, let's say more often, thank you for little things. We will see, wow, there are indeed so many things we can be grateful for. And yeah, you know, gratitude journal is really great when in the morning, you write something what you are grateful for. And then you start your day already with more positivity. So what are you grateful for? I tell you, I am grateful actually for this water. And you know what is great here in the Netherlands? That we can drink, and for wine, Berin, yes. And what is great here in the Netherlands, and you can drink tap water. And actually I needed to drink a little bit, that's true. So if you want to share what you are grateful for, and I want to tell you here something, that we should be grateful for our experiences. And even those tough ones. Because we always have a lesson, at least. Always there is a lesson. Every day, yes, fresh air, exactly. For having basic, for having peaceful life. Absolutely, absolutely. So there are so many things, you know, that there's no war. So many things we can be grateful for. Action exercises, yes. Great family, absolutely. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much. So make gratitude your daily habit. So this is, believe me, very important step to happiness. Step 3, forgiveness. This is really big, huge, huge. And I still hear people cannot forgive. But forgiveness is not about forgetting and is not an excuse. What happened in the past was right. No. And forgiving can be extremely hard, I know. Forgiving people who we love and who did something and their actions hurt us. However, remember, doing hard things makes you stronger. So when we forgive, we free ourselves. I needed to forgive as well. And we all have someone that we needed to forgive, or someone else needed to forgive us. And when we do it, when we truly, truly forgive, we start experiencing more positive emotions, and we will have less gradually anger, hostility, resentment, if we have, of course, towards this person. And this is the moment when you really we start healing process, and we start seeing hope. We become more optimistic, and yes, more resilient to negative experiences. Absolutely. And we start believing in ourselves. Our self-esteem improves. This is when we move away from the role as a victim. And when we forgive, we gain back control over our life. And our focus shifts from the past, what was there, those negative, sad experiences. Focus shifts to today, because today, what we have, right? And today we can make decision and action. Past is gone. And I just mentioned that you may realize indeed that those negative, difficult experiences, that you're actually grateful for them because you learned something. You can learn, you can rediscover yourself. You know, we gain wisdom thanks to experiences. And I must say, well, I am grateful for my tough experiences and that I found a new way, new purpose in life. So here are tips on how to forgive. Accept. Someone once told me, no, I cannot forgive. I prefer to forget. But, you know, again, forgiveness is not about forgetting. And I say always, take from the past only what serves you today, definitely the lessons. And realize that today, now you have, take responsibility for your life. And here is a good tip, really. So what to do, right? Make a list of your dreams and goals and take action. And ask yourself, do you really want to be happy? I know you want. You see, forgiving is for you. You deserve it. You know, when we cannot forgive because we say, no, it was so bad, we cannot forgive that person, actually we are punishing only ourselves. So that's why forgiving is so powerful. And again, this is our choice. Self-love is our choice. Gratitude is our choice. Forgiving is our choice. So I would like that you think, it's not about to share it in the chat box, who do you need to forgive? And it's very important. Always forgive yourself as well. Because we cannot go further with our life with positivity when we cannot forgive ourselves. You deserve it. We all deserve it. So again, forgiveness is a choice, strength and intelligence. Let it go. Let go the past. Don't live in the past unless you want it, right? We all deserve inner happiness and inner peace. And positive thinking is, for me, step number 4. You may heard this, you become what you think, and that's true. We are full of thoughts. And unfortunately, when we focus on negativity, we cannot be resourceful. find solutions or see options. Thinking negatively limits us. That's why it is so important to train yourself, actually, and think positively. I would like that now, just really for a few seconds even, think of something you worry now. I would like that you think, please, you don't need to share it, but I would like that you think. And now, can you think of the same with a positive outcome? I think you notice that you can, within just such a short seconds, choose your thoughts. You can think and worry about something, but you can think about something positive, the same thing. You see, we can choose our thoughts. And interesting is that one positive thought generates more positive thoughts. So you can say, okay, when I have the job, I will pay my bills, mortgage, I will be repaying faster, or I will go travel, or maybe I will get married. You see so many positive thoughts. And unfortunately, the same happens with negative thoughts. It is like the snowball, you know, one negative thought generates more. So that's why positive thinking is so crucial. We feel more empowered and more confident when we think positively. And again, it's not always easy, I know, but you can really start thinking, you know what? I wish every relationship, beautiful, happy relationship. But, you know, in my case, in my divorce, of course, I didn't know, I told you already what to do, but then I started thinking, what positive actually can come out of this? Probably I would never know internations if I was still married. And, you know, rediscovering myself at the age of almost 50 then, it was for me like, wow, you know, I started thinking, what is positive about that? And when you think positively, you will take action. So, tips on how to think positively. Find positive in any situation. It is possible. It is. Because you need to, you know, when we think negatively, then we are in this sad state. And then we stay there, you know, without solutions. That's why, however, you need even to force yourself, think positively. Learn, it's possible. Bring nice memories from the past. You can even think, you know, okay, what did I do in another situation, right? When something happened. Bring this positivity. I said before, bring from the past only this what serves you today. And find time for things you enjoy doing. Like I mentioned, dancing, even one song. Or here you were talking about before, walking in the nature, yoga, whatever you love. And surround yourself with positive people. Absolutely. People who believe in you, people who don't gossip, people who don't criticize, because it is also, you know, contagious, this positive and negative energy. And we need to know what's happening in the world. But if you can, don't watch news before going to bed. Go to bed with positive mind. And the news, we hear rather sad stories. So that's why. And how to think positively? Help others, yes. If they ask for, give them tips, suggestions. Why? Because then we want to help that person, right? So we are thinking about positive things. And they will feel better and you will feel better. And question any negative thought. Is that true? You can search information on the internet. Or you can ask someone, what do you think about that? Question those negative thoughts. Why do I worry so much, right? Usually, that's interesting. From the past, we all know that we worried about something, and then we said, oh, why did I worry? So that's why I hear someone. So again, choose your thoughts wisely. You can do it. And step 5 is focus. I truly loved this quote. That's why I brought it here. It is in, our darkest moments that we must to see the light. So I say there are 6 things we need to focus on, and we already were talking about it. Focus on what you have. Even if you have a little water, focus on what you have. Don't focus what you don't have. Again, what I said, make gratitude your daily habit and focus on the now, on this moment. Again, past is gone, future hasn't come yet, and focus on what you can do today. Today, you can decide to build your future and focus on positive. Yes, find positive aspects in every situation, absolutely. And focus always on solution. Whatever happens, nowadays, some people lose their jobs, relationships, and let's focus on solution. How, instead of sitting there in that problem, by the way, I used to hear the word problem, but I want to tell you, I don't use the word problem in my vocabulary. Because when you use this word, then you are sad, right? What I do, I rather say, not even obstacle, but challenge. Wow, there is another challenge. And at the moment when you use the words also wisely, so your thoughts and the words you speak, then you start noticing that you are more resourceful. And by the way, now I love challenges because challenge is something I know I will learn, I will move forward. So focus on solution, always. And focus on what you can control. We cannot control the financial crisis, economic crisis, pandemics, and other people's behavior. However, we can control our own response, our actions. You see, I also added here, manage your emotions. Emotions we cannot control, but we can learn to manage our emotions, especially those so-called negative emotions. It's very important to know yourself, how you react when you are sad or when you are angry. Because again, these are normal human emotions. And we need to know our own way how to manage them. And the last but not least, it is focus always on what you want, not what you don't want, because we cannot get what we don't want. This is, you know, when you drive, you always need to focus where you want to drive and not the tree that you don't want to hit. And when you go on a holiday, right, you know what you want. When you go on ski holiday, you take ski clothes. When you go to the Caribbean, you take summer clothes and you take the plane. So you need to be very clear on what you want and what is your deep, deep, massive why. Why you want it. So these are my key steps to inner happiness. Again, this is your choice. We don't need anyone and anything to this. To truly give love to ourselves, to be grateful, to forgive. You see, you can choose, we can choose our thoughts. It's up to us. And we need to focus on those 6 things. Again, everything is our choice. And this is, again, our choice to be happy. And we can be happy. Again, there will be sad days. There will be, we will be crying sometimes. But again, a happy person will, again, take on challenges much faster. So this is the end of the presentation. I hope that you found some aha moments, maybe you had, or some values, maybe, you know, thinking, oh yeah, I didn't think about this or that. So thank you so much for listening. If you would like to connect with me on social media, welcome. And if anyone has any question, or maybe you would like to share with you your experiences based on this, what I was talking about, welcome. I will stop sharing the screen now.